Hey guys, it's Uther here. I know I said I was going to do a lot of Pokemon things, for like walkthroughs and stuff, but like it didn't turn out well because I can't find a good recording program, and you know how it goes. Um, so what I decided to do is I found this game that I found out that it actually lets you take videos while you're inside the game. It has its own recorder thing, and it's actually a pretty high quality camera. The game's Lineage 2. For those of you who don't know, I think I've talked about it like 3 times. I think it might have a couple low quality videos I've taken of me doing PvP from like I think I did it on a BlackBerry. You know what I'm saying? But I decided I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start this whole big like walkthrough slash adventure thing for Lineage. Um, but this video right here is just me explaining the whole basic ideal of Lineage. So I guess like what I'll get started is I'll just get started with the idea of Lineage, like what the basic thing is. Um, Lineage takes place in a world called Aden. Um, Aden is the name of the continent, and there's two countries in it, Aden and Elmore, but there's really no difference. It's it's, it's the southern and northern half of the continent, and Elmore wasn't really put in until later in the game. It was an expansion. Um, in Lineage, you have let me see. You have 6 races. You have the human, which is a highly versatile race. Um, it can be any class it wants: warrior, rogue, archer, healer, buffer, wizard, summoner, anything. You have your elf, which is your basic hippie tree hugger, except for they're focused more on water and light, and their god Eva. Humans worship Ain Hassad and are based on fire and dark, by the way. Then you have your dark elves. They're your basic cave crawlers, but actually they have a tendency for the women to look very sexy in their costumes. They kind of look like a stripper. Um, they're more focused on being assassins and a storm screamer, which is their wizard. They are more focused on the power of dark and wind and death. Um, Fourth, you have your orcs, which um, they're their basic orc. They're it kind of reminds you of a Indian, like a hulked up Indian. It's a huge, massive, hulking green blob of a man. They're more focused on being warriors. They can't they don't have an archer class. They don't have a rogue class. They don't have a tank class. They just have warriors. You have one that carries a two-hand sword and one that carries fists. But they also have their mystics, which before the latest update, you had one. They're both just buffers. One's a dominator, which it can buff an entire clan that's next to it within a few seconds. And you have your Doomcrier, which buffs its party, but it takes a lot of MP to do both of those. Then you have your dwarves. Dwarves don't have a mystic class. They just have fighters. Dwarves are the crafters in the game, like they are in a lot of games that dwarves are in. Um, you have your crafter, which is a warrior type class, and then you have your scavenger, which is a rogue type class. It uses daggers. Um, yeah, dwarves are pretty much the only ones who can craft anything useful in the game, and they can use the scavengers can use a skill called spoil to increase the drop rate of rarer items. Then the last class that we have is actually a class that got added in with its own expansion called the Kumail a few years ago. I think it was in 2009. Anyway, Kumails also don't have a mystic class. They also are pure warriors. They're fighters. They don't have a tank class. Um, what they do is they have, the male and the female both have different classes actually. Um, the male can branch off to either be this big two-hand sword wielding motherfucker who's harder than balls to kill, and or it can be a guy who wields a rapier and uses a little bit of magic as a secondary attack. The women also have the rapier with a little bit of magic as secondary attack, and their other class is called the Arbalest or something like that. It uses small little crossbows that fit in one hand. So where to start? This game has actually gone through a lot of changes recently. Previously, the level cap was 85, and that was up until about a year ago when the expansion Goddess of Destruction came out. Goddess of Destruction changed a lot of things. For one, they all used to have their own starting villages, but now they've destroyed all the starting villages except for the Dark Elf village. It just kind of looks the same except for it's raining blood inside of a cave. Don't ask me the logic because I don't know either. They all now start off in like a rebuilt version of the human starter village because like basically the human starter village got destroyed by this big floating island that fell, and so then all the races came together and built a new, more beautiful village on top of that. um, Basically, in Lineage, you have your basic classes. You have support, tank, and DPS. Um, there used to be, I think, over 36 different classes between the 6 different races. Actually, it was way more than that now that I think about it. But in Goddess of Destruction, they raised the level cap to 99, and they condensed all the classes into your basic classes. All the human tanks, elf tanks, and dark elves tank become sigil knights. There's tier warrior, which is your basic, can use any weapon except for a bow. Your Feo, excuse me, Feo warrior or Feo wizard. Yeah, sorry, which is basically raining lasers from the fucking sky, and they're hard to kill. Your wind summoner, which can summon cougar. They can actually summon three things at once. It used to be only one. Now they can summon 3 things at once, and they have 3 different summons. You have it kind of looks like a panda, polar bear kind of thing. It's more of a tank. Your cougar, which is more of a rogue type, and your Grim Reaper, which is not. It doesn't look like what you think a Grim Reaper would look like. In fact, I'm gonna put a picture right here. That's more of a wizard. Kind of stands back. You have your Aori healer, which it's your basic healer. Let me think. Am I missing anything? Oh, and you have your awful rogue, which it basically says the same thing, except for now rogues are allowed to use 2 daggers at the same time, which makes them just it's painful. And I cannot for the life of me remember what the name of the archer is, but it's just an archer. All these classes are put together when you're 85 and you become what's called Awaken, which is like you use the power of the ancient giants to awaken and become this warrior to fight the goddess of destruction, which is Shilin, which is actually the dark elf god. But they all thought, oh well, she'll protect us when the world ends. No, she killed them and used their blood as to power up her attack. Basically what happened is in the beginning of the story, it took about a month. Like at the beginning when the game first started, it took about a month to get from 1 to 20. Now there's literally the tutorial gets you from 1 to 20 in about an hour. What else? They use these things called Soulshot in the game. It's like it basically just powers up your attack, and you really can't do anything without it. It more than doubles your attack, and if you're not using it, you could be hitting like 57 damage, and then your turn Soulshot on, and it's like 1,000 damage. It's very cheap. Dwarfs can craft it. And it's not like you have to sit there and click it the whole time. You can put it on your skill bar and right click it and it'll become automatic. Um, what am I thinking of? This video is already 10 minutes long, and I'm trying to think of things I can tell you about the game that I won't have to explain as I play. Oh, the game is very open world PvP. You can kill anyone at any time, um, just for the hell of it, as long as you're not inside of a village. But there is a consequence if the person didn't fight back. It's called flagging. When you hit someone, another player, you flag. Your name turns purple, and you're free game. Anyone can kill you. Um, if you flag and then kill someone without them flagging back, then your name will go red and you'll become chaotic. Guards will kill you. Anyone can kill you without getting a penalty. And in fact, it's actually encouraged for people to kill PKers, which is player killers. For those of you who haven't played any MMOs yet, this game is definitely not for people who have never played an MMO before, because it doesn't really hold your hand. It basically teaches you how to attack, how to do quests, and then says, "Screw you! Here's this big open world. Go play in it." Like I said, it used to take a month to get to 1 to 20. I know people who can get from 1 to 85 in a week. I can't do it. It took me about 3 months to get from 1 to 85, but that's because I have a life. What I'm gonna do for these videos is I'm going to start a character. You can't start video recording until you're actually in the game and ready to go. So I won't be able to show you the character creation, but just know it's not really that in depth. You just pick your race, pick your gender, pick your fighter or wizard, and once you pick your fighter or wizard, as you play on through the game, it kind of branches out. You can, like, a human fighter can either, when he becomes 20, he can either become a knight, a rogue, or a warrior, and keep on going from there. It actually branches out a lot more until it condenses at 85. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a character, and as soon as I can, I'm going to start the recording. And basically, I'm just going to do these 15-minute little journeys with you, just showing you how the world of Lineage works. This will probably be a butt ton of videos, so just get ready. I'll probably upload a few a week, because I do have a personal life. I do have a girlfriend. I do have a job, though it's not that good. Sorry for burping in your ear. And I will admit, I will be using some unfair help from my higher level characters. There is something I will warn you here. This game is not fun unless you have friends. Unless you have friends playing this game, is not fun. This game is not a solo game. In fact, once you're 85 and you don't get any mentor buffs anymore, you pretty much can't do anything without a buffer, which, you can raise your own buffer, but then you'll be lonely. The game is very clan-based. You have castle sieges, fortress sieges, wars over territories, things like that. In fact, actually, I'm going to start a clan, and anyone who watches these videos is very welcome to join my clan. I've already got the clan started, actually. It's called the Black Knights. I'm on the Naya server, for anyone who wants to join. And so, yeah, I'll pretty much be taking you through this. Who knows? Maybe one day my clan will be big enough, and I will even show you guys a video of how a castle siege works. Lord knows I did a castle siege with my own clan on a server a couple months ago, and it was amazing. But I didn't record it, so sadly. So yeah, expect the videos to start coming very soon. Maybe in a week. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching, and show a cracker some love. Like, subscribe, favorite, whatever you want. And I'm out.